how important it is.
Awesome.
Okay, so let's start. Microsoft Ignite Tour Berlin. I have a wonderful special guest here, Dan Holme. Hi, Dan.
Hey, Michael, it's always great to see you.
I've just been in your session about leadership engagement with SharePoint, Yammer, and Stream, and you said video, the new documents.
Yes.
That was one of your key sentences. How do you mean that?
Well, video, first of all, is a very rich way to communicate. The human brain processes video 60,000 times faster than the written word. So you can learn and understand much faster with video, but it also captures much more nuance of human communication. You get the body language, you get the tone of voice, and finally, today's communicators, many of them are millennials, and for them it's much more natural to put a phone on a tripod or start filming a video and communicate than it is to sit down and open up a Word document and try to get it all down in writing.
And now it's not only for recording on demand, but with Stream we have a capability to produce live events. How important are live events?
Live events are really valuable for a couple of scenarios. First, for all company types of events where a leader wants to engage the workforce wherever they are. Second, for conducting webinars and training, either internally or that include external parties. And finally, for driving training and learning in communities or in teams.
Yeah, it was very easy, as you already mentioned, to set up the video here with an iPhone and with this microphone.
Yep.
And we could stream to Teams if we want.
We could.
To stream if we want. When can we do this externally?
To share stream video externally? Yeah. Well, let me give you two answers. The first is you can conduct a live event with external users today. You do it by starting in Teams.
Yeah.
And so the Teams Quick Start environment will allow you to create a public link or to invite people from outside your organization. Live events using Stream's web experience, web player, will be coming when Stream supports external users, which is in the first half of next year.
Yeah. And I have access to the iOS app. There will be a mobile app for Stream.
Yep.
Would it be possible to upload videos from the mobile app?
In version 1, you won't be able to upload videos, but that is certainly something that we understand is a key need. So I'm sure that's very high on their backlog.
And one of the great features of the mobile app is that you can download and take the videos with you.
Yeah, in fact, I think that's going to be my personal best use for the mobile app, because I do miss a lot of meetings, and so I can download them onto my device. I can watch them when I want. I don't have to eat up my bandwidth when I'm on a train or on a plane, and my company can be assured that they're secure because the Stream app keeps them encrypted. By default, it only keeps them for 7 days, and then if my device gets lost or stolen, my company can use Intune integration to wipe my phone.
Yeah. And as one of the great use cases for Stream in a company, you said leadership engagement or leadership communication. How does it work?
Yeah, absolutely. Today's organizations are finding that it's critical to align the workforce, for them to really understand what the organization is, where it's going, how it's going to get there. And so leaders can communicate that very easily and very authentically using video. So conducting a live event, making it available on demand, that sort of sparks the conversation. And then equally important is keeping that conversation going over time. And so that's where Yammer really plays a key role, where you can create a group where anyone can go and follow the conversation, contribute, ask questions, engage leaders, and leaders can really reply authentically. It creates a super two-way connection with employees. And then finally, the option is there to create a real site for your leadership on your intranet, where you bring together the video and you bring together the conversation and you bring together resources that the leader wants to share with the organization and news, and create a real rich experience out of that. So there's a couple of different ways that you can drive leadership engagement. Certainly video is a key piece of them.
When I talk to people and I tell them about Stream, they all agree, but then they say, okay, when we start streaming to 10,000 users, does my network can handle that? What are your answers to that?
Sure, you always need to think about network bandwidth when you start talking about video. Video is a significant amount of bandwidth. First, it's important that everyone understands that you're not going to get everyone attending or watching a video at the same time. Even at Microsoft, where we have 110,000 employees, they're spread out over the world, they're busy. We do not get huge numbers of users watching live. Many of them will, in fact, consume it on demand. So it's good to understand your organization's work patterns and sort of do a little bit of testing to see how much attendance you'll really get. Second, there you can use web cache, web cache. But what we really recommend for companies that are going to do a lot of video is to look at our partners. We have 3 partners, Hive, Collective, and Ramp, that each have solutions to distribute video within your network in a much more efficient way. So that instead of 10,000 clients going up to stream and pulling down the video all at once, maybe a small handful do, and then they distribute it around the network. That's called peer-to-peer. Or you might have a hardware solution that does what's called multicast. So there are some great solutions. Our biggest customers absolutely look at those solutions. They're easy to configure. And they also come with a lot of value add because customers doing those kinds of meetings often want to justify their investment. So having deep analytics really helps. Who's watching, from where, on which devices, for how long. Those kinds of analytics are really important, and those partners offer that as well.
Okay. When does German transcription for the videos will be available?
Good question. I don't have an announcement to make about that, but I know it's super high on our list. We're actually in the process of taking steps on a regular basis to improve the transcription capabilities, not only to improve the language support, but also to improve accuracy. And so there's a couple of steps I know we're making. I'm not sure what we've said publicly, so let's just say soon. However you say soon in German.
Soon is good.
It's not.
So, bald.
Bald. Okay.
Demnächst. Okay, last question. Just completely different. Today it's Thursday. And we have on the on Facebook this Throwback Thursday. You have really big experience with video. When I remember, you have done video to some very big events.
Yeah, exactly. So what Michael's referring to is I was the Microsoft Technologies consultant for NBC, which is one of the big television networks in the United States for the broadcast of the Olympics. So I was lucky enough to participate in 6 Olympic Games. And to support their use of Microsoft technology. So basically everything that happened until the camera started to roll was my responsibility. And then the production and the streaming actually was another team. But I was obviously working with them and was able to experience streaming on a massive scale.
Yeah, and in times where we not have these big clouds, so completely different infrastructure.
Yeah, in fact, I remember in Torino, we were still using standard definition, and we started to shift to high definition in Beijing, and that alone puts, had so much extra requirements on it. It's been a really interesting evolution. And then in London in 2012, we suddenly saw just a massive skyrocketing in consumption of video streams on mobile devices. So all of a sudden people started watching on mobile, and it just keeps moving so rapidly. It's really exciting to see how the world is adopting video from consumer into the enterprise.
Dan, always great to talk to you. Thank you very much.